Ahoy folks, and welcome back to Broadside Gaming with me, Zug. So, we're doing a little addendum to the veteran Recon lasgun build, because people are asking why we haven't taken a certain talent. First of all, we'll go through the build very quickly. So, we're using the dueling sword with a dump stat being mobility, as always, because I hate mobility. Perk-wise, we're going for plus 25% damage to flank, and plus 25 damage to unyielding. Blessings wise, we're going for Rampage and Uncanny Strikes. Rampage is going to be helping us clear those hordes, and Uncanny Strikes is going to be popping off every time we get a headshot. And this weapon is very headshot centric. As you can see, there. It's a massively overpowered weapon, and I love it. So let's go back to what we're doing. Now, for the Recon lasgun, we are doing the modifiers like this again. Surprise, surprise. Mobility is our dump stat. Everything else, we want at 80. And why isn't this? Let me view it. Inspect. There we go. Goddamn buttons changing. So stability is going to help us with the hip fire, and we are going to be hip firing a lot. Collateral gives us stagger. Ammo obviously gives us ammo, and damage is just damage. So mobility is going to be the easy choice for dumping out here. And for the perks, we're going for 25% damage to flak, and we're going for increased critical strike because this build is critical strike centric. The more we crit, the more Inferno stacks we're going to be laying down. And for the blessings, we're going for Headhunter. All weak spot hits stack up, giving us crit, stacks 5 times, so plus 25% crit. Until we crit, then they reset, and it starts again. This is a very, very accurate weapon, so we can basically just hip fire quite easily, but if you need to, you can always aim down sights, and it is straight as an arrow. It's a lovely weapon to use. We are using the Mark 12, but obviously if you want to, you can change the other marks. You can try the Mark 14, a harder hitting but slower variant, or the Mark 6C, which is in between the two. I just tend to stick with the Mark 12 because it fires faster, applies stacks better, and you know, Recon lasgun goes brr. Next up, we are looking at the Curios. As you can see, they're all exactly the same. Toughness with extra toughness, toughness, regeneration speed, and damage resistance gunners. And I'm not going to say what I usually say of this because it is a point of complete contention, because some of the forums and patch notes and data mining says it does give you resist against shotgunners, and some of it says you don't. So I'm no longer going to be expressing that until there is a 100% certainty either way. But it does definitely give you damage resistance against elite gunners and reapers. So still, it's quite an important stat to take. And until we find out for definite from Fat Shark whether it includes shotgunners, I won't be mentioning that anymore, because it is not a 100% guarantee, and I don't want to give you guys misinformation. But as you can see, they're all toughness based, so we are running a hell of a lot of toughness with this build. And now for the talents very quickly. We're going to be running Long Shot, deals up to 20% ranged base damage bonus. Bonus is reduced the nearer the target, so the further they are away, the more damage you'll do to them. Close Order Drill, up to 33% toughness damage reduction, the more allies and coherency. Into Confirmed Kill, replenish 10% toughness on elite or specialist enemy kill, and a further 20% toughness over 10 seconds. Into Stamina Boost, into Toughness. And we are still taking the Crack Grenade because I prefer the Crack Grenade. And I will say again, yes, I understand what the Shredder Frag Grenade does. It is there to stagger and knock back and give you chances to either revive or make space for yourself. I just don't like it. Okay? If you like the Shredder Frag Grenade, go that way and back into the middle. Easy peasy. Then we're going into Health Boost and Covering Fire. When you kill an enemy with a ranged attack, allies within 5 meters of that target replenish 15% toughness and receive 10% base damage to all attacks for 3 seconds. Now you can switch this over for Grenade Tinkerer, but I still don't think that's a good swap. It isn't great covering fire, but we don't really need the damage. Then into Fire Team, plus 5% damage for unit allies and coherency. Down into Toughness damage reduction, into Demolition Stockpile. This is going to allow you to regen grenades every 60 seconds, so you don't really have to go scrabbling around for them. But talking about scrabbling around for grenades, we're also taking Field Improvisation. Ammo crates also restore grenades. Medpack heals 100% faster. It cleanses corruption and replenishes 1% toughness per second. Now, this isn't only for the boxes that you put down, this is for any box anyone puts down in your team. Then we're taking Voice of Command. Replenish your toughness and stagger all enemies within 9 meters. Base cooldown is 30 seconds. Then next up is Duty and Honor. Voice of Command now also provides you and your allies incoherency with plus 50 toughness for 15 seconds. This can exceed your maximum toughness. So it works kind of like a small overshield, but not quite an overshield. So it can put you past your maximum toughness by 50. And now we're going to talk about this over here on the right. Now, if you want to, this is a perfectly fine way of going about it. You can go into the melee damage, taking up close quarter kill zone, or duck and dive if you want to. I don't like duck and dive, but if you want to go for close quarter kill zone, get into that. Then into stamina regeneration boost, into Onslaught. Yes, Onslaught is a very, very good talent, but in my personal opinion, I don't think it's worth the 3 points it requires to get to it. It is adding a lot of brittleness to your attacks, but when you actually compare the speed of taking down a Crusher with and without it, it's not that much of an increase for 3 points. But if you want to go for Onslaught, this is definitely the way to do it. So, melee damage here, close quarter kill zone, into stamina regeneration boost, into Onslaught. Then we can jump over here onto the left, taking the range damage boost here, into precision strikes, which gives us plus 30% of weak spot damage. Fully loaded, which is plus 25% ammo, and then into Shock Trooper. Critical hits with las weapons consume no ammo. This does have an internal cooldown on it, so it works out more like every second or third crit, you don't consume ammo on it. And then into Superiority Complex, which gives us plus 15% base damage against all elites. And now down to the middle. Suppression dealt into for the Emperor. Your combat abilities give you and your allies incoherency plus 10% melee base damage and plus 10% range base damage for 5 seconds. Tactical Awareness, combat ability cooldown reduces by 6 seconds on specialist enemy kill. Iron Will, one of the best talents in the tree, plus 50% reduced toughness damage if above 75% toughness. You should be able to keep yourself above that at all times with some precision uses of Voice of Command. Down into some more toughness. Picking up Bring It Down, plus 20% damage to Ogryns and Monstrosities, and then into Focused Target. And Focused Target, we gain Focused Target every 2 seconds, stacks 5 times. Tagging an enemy applies the Focused Target stacks to them, causing them to take 4% additional damage for each stack, and resets your Focused Target stacks to 1. So, press C, or at least C is for me, to tag the target. They turn yellow. You aim for the face. Simple as that. And you can hose down Crushers and things with it as well. So we'll just get the stacks there. 1391. Let's just take a look at the damage from not having Onslaught. Let's just put it into Focus Target. That will give us a little bit more damage. I mean, I'm not saying that point there is worth switching between Onslaught. I'm just testing the damage while you guys are sat here. So we're just going to stack them up again. Let's see if we can beat 1391 for hosing down Ogryn. I don't think we can, but no. So Onslaught is very, very good for being able to hose down bigger targets. Let's just switch that again. Onslaught is definitely a good talent, but as I said, I don't think it's worth the 3 points to get to it. But if you like Onslaught and it's a vital part of your playstyle, then obviously get through it as quick as you can. Let's just reload and we shall... we'll just finish this one off and then start again. So we're at 5 stacks. It's definitely much quicker killing armor with Onslaught. But there you go, folks. And I will just say, these builds that I put out, they are very much how I play the game. So not every single build is going to be exactly how your idealized version of the meta is. And that's okay. everyone has their different playstyles, and I will try and provide as many playstyles as I can. But mostly, I'm sharing with you guys how I play in my style of Darktide, and that sometimes won't match up, and that's all right. We all have different styles. So anyway, there you go. This is how to get a Onslaught-centric voice of command Recon lasgun build. I really do hope you guys enjoy it, and if you do, please do like, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It really does help us out. And I shall see you all for the next one. So until then, see you later.